The Minister has told the BBC she believes there won't be a border poll or a united Ireland in her lifetime. Sinn Féin is campaigning, of course, for a referendum on Irish reunification within 5 years, and some recent opinion polls have indeed suggested an increase in support for constitutional change. But Arlene Foster has told this programme there are more important things to be thinking about. Here's our political correspondent, Gareth Gordon.
People say when we raise the issue of the border poll, would that create instability? Why would it?
I'm not going to be diverted into talking about a border poll when it's not going to become a reality.
In this Cookstown hotel, people have gathered to discuss the future. A united Ireland or the Union? What's it to be, and what are the opinion polls telling us? Depends which one you believe.
One is coming from the surveys that are done face-to-face, which say there's not really been much of a growth in demand for a united Ireland or for a border poll. It's gone up incrementally, not a lot. The ones that are done on computers in people's own houses tend to show, yes, quite a strong increase, pushing up to, about 45%.
The majority of people here belong in that group. This event has been organised by Shared Ireland, which believes unity is the way forward, but wants to include everyone in the discussion.
Nationalists have to be, show a bit of outreach here, show that we are prepared to listen, and show that we want our unionist friends, neighbours, and relatives, in many cases, to come with us here and have a conversation. And I guess, this is the buzzword that I'm using here, conversation. Nothing or nobody has anything to be afraid of.
The speakers include Queen's University human rights professor Colin Harvey, who believes change is coming and claims unionists are not ready.
I think there'll be change no matter what happens. The current arrangement won't remain static if there's a vote to remain in the UK, and the current arrangement won't remain static if there's a vote for Irish reunification. But I think what this does is it throws down a real challenge. Unionism has been massively complacent. Unionism is effectively sitting on its hands. We need to know if there's a referendum here on the constitutional future of this island, what is the unionist proposition?
With her love of the Irish language, Linda Ervine does not fit the unionist mould, but she says the prospect of a border poll fills her with dread.
But if we do come to that situation where there is a majority in favour of United Ireland, then I will go into that because that's what I've said I would do. But I recognise that not everyone will, and I do fear that there will be a return to violence.
And yet you heard Colin Harvey say tonight he believes the end of the Union is coming within 10 years.
I think that's not realistic. And, and I understand that people want to sit around and talk about the idea of this new Ireland, this shared Ireland. But because other people don't agree to that, then unfortunately it's not going to be as simple as people signing up and saying, yes, this is what I want.
Sinn Féin's performance in the Republic's general election has increased the calls for a border poll. But one Sinn Féin member in the audience had hard things to say about some of his colleagues' behaviour.
Tonight's all about a shared Ireland and the conversation around that. And I didn't think, as a Sinn Féin member, that while I understood some of the euphoria associated with newly elected TDs in various parts of the Republic of Ireland, that it's not helpful in the context of a shared Ireland to see that level of triumphalism. We can't at one hand complain about the triumphalism of the Orange Order marching through places where they're not welcome, and at the same time support that level of triumphalism from a newly elected TD. So if I was a Northern Unionist, if I lived in Larne, Carrickfergus, parts of East Belfast, and I was seriously considering what am I getting into bed with here in terms of a shared Ireland, I would have major reservations about that.
There was a lot of talk tonight about getting unionists involved in this conversation about a united Ireland. But they're not there yet, because one thing this event lacked was the presence of a single unionist politician. The former Ulster Unionist leader Mike Nesbitt had to withdraw from the event at the last minute, but he says unionists can no longer ignore the issue of a united Ireland.
During my lifetime, I think there are many examples of unionism's failure to outreach doing damage to the cause. I think of 1985 and the reaction to the Anglo-Irish Agreement when we basically alienated every friend we had at Westminster. I think of Gerry Adams' first visa to go to the States in '94 when Ian Paisley and Jim Molyneux stayed home when they should have gone and challenged him. And that's what I would have done in Cookstown on Tuesday night. I would have challenged.
The DUP wasn't there either. Its leader says there are more important things to discuss than a border poll. You think you'll see a United Ireland in your lifetime?
No, I don't.
You think you'll see a border poll in your lifetime?
No, I don't.
Absolutely not.
Because there has to be evidence there, Gareth. As you know, the test for a border poll is that people would vote for it in a majority, and there's no evidence of that. Yes, people can have different opinion polls, but there's no tangible evidence if you look right across Northern Ireland.
That won't be the last word. This discussion is only beginning. Whoever takes part